Coach, you rallied all the way back from that 18-point halftime deficit. That last big offensive play where Nah took the step back three, was that the play you wanted to see?
I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not ripping our guys apart. I'm not commenting on that. That's the shot we got.
Okay. What did you like best about your defense in the second half? Because it was markedly better.
We tried. We didn't try at all in the first half. We didn't try. We didn't focus. We made no effort whatsoever in the first half. The second half, we tried.
Coach, the pool layup, what were they able to do to get him free to get the lay-in?
Well, he just looped over the top, and we didn't get any help whatsoever. Absolutely ridiculous.
Stan, what have you thought about what Wenyen has been able to do these past couple of games, particularly tonight?
A mixed bag. A mixed bag. You know, he's done some good things, and he's had some breakdowns, particularly at the defensive end of the floor. So a mixed bag.
And another big scoring night for Jackson. How much, what he's done over these past couple of games, makes you guys want to kind of open up things for him and allow him to expand his game offensively and do some things, he wasn't doing earlier in the year?
Now, I think what he needs to do is do what he does well. That's what everybody needs to do. I'm not so sure that he needs to expand his game to be good. I think he needs to keep doing exactly what he's doing that works for him.
Hey, Stan, just want to know if you got any update on James. I saw it didn't look good on the floor.
I don't have any idea. No, I mean, it looks like he hit knees. I don't have any idea what it'll mean for Sunday.
And just to quickly follow up on Jackson, I mean, what do you feel like are the things that he does well and kind of just to stay within that right now?
Runs, great pick and roll guy to the rim, great on the offensive glass. High energy. They can really finish around the basket, and he's been active defensively. Those are the things that he needs to keep doing. I think people make a mistake in thinking that the way to get better is always to expand your game. Sometimes, I'm not saying that it's bad, but you get away, if you get away from what you do really, really well, then you start to lose what makes you a really good player. Sometimes you want to expand people's games. Sometimes you want to narrow it down.
And, not getting into the last shot at all, but, Nikhil, a lot of the shot creation was on him tonight. How do you think he just did in that role overall?
Yeah, look, overall, he did a good job tonight. Again, he's in a situation where he's not been in, at least in the NBA. Here in the Memphis game where the ball's in your hands on the last shot, to create a shot, and he's had trouble with that decision. But listen, I mean, he's been in that situation exactly twice in his career, so it takes some time. I would have liked to have seen him put the ball on the floor and attack right there, especially the way the guy played him. He was right up into him. He didn't give him that shot. He didn't back off. I think in those situations, I think that he predetermines rather than reading the defense. So I would have liked to have seen him attack. But again, that is an easy thing for me as a coach to say, standing on the sideline. It's a lot harder to make that decision in the midst of the game where everybody knows where the ball is going. So I don't want it to seem like I'm being critical of him because, again, it's his second time in that situation, and it's not as easy as it is for me standing there watching.
You mentioned it's his second time. How important are these late season games where he gets the chance to be in that position? Jackson gets the chance to grow. Kyrie gets the chance to grow. Considering you guys didn't have a summer league, they didn't have a real training camp. How important are these late season games into what these guys can do moving forward?
Well, you hope you learn from it, and you hope it makes these guys better going forward. But tonight, everybody will focus on the end of the game, and there's certainly things to learn there. But the problem was we didn't show up ready to play tonight. We didn't compete the entire first half. There's no excuse for that. I don't care who's playing or anything else. We were not ready to play in the first half. We didn't compete at the level of Golden State in the first half, and that shouldn't be acceptable to anybody in our organization or anybody in our locker room. It just shouldn't.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach. Appreciate it.
Jackson, what do you feel like allowed you guys to get into that game, get back into the game in the second half?
Our defense. They had like 70-something points in the first half, so we just had to stop them, try to slow them down.
Yeah, and we're getting close to the end of the year. So, just how would you evaluate, this season from start to finish, where your game is right now compared to where you were around December?
My game, I feel like my game's grown a lot. Obviously we're not where we want to be in the playoffs, so that's obviously down. But I feel like my game personally has gone up, and it's all I can work on right now.
How important have these late season games been to guys like you, Nikhil, Najee, guys who have played larger roles as we've gone on, as you guys continue to develop in the next season?
I think these games are really important just for us to try new stuff, get used to doing more different things, playing in a bigger role since some of the other guys are out. These games for me, I just want to help us win while trying as much stuff as I can and doing the stuff that I work on each day. So I'm just not in that little box anymore, just sitting down there in the dunker spot.
They were noting on the TV broadcast how much better you've gotten as far as off the ball defensively, coming over and helping and getting a lot of shot blocks. I know that's been a big part of what you've done the last stretch of games. How much do you think you've improved in that area? Is that something that you're happy with as far as the progress you've made?
No, I'm not happy with it. Never can be happy with that, but it's something to just keep on working on, and hopefully next year will be a little bit better.
You just mentioned that this is not where you guys want to be as a team. So many of these games, have been close, and a lot of them have not gone you guys' way. Is there like a feeling that if just a few of these had been different, then this whole thing looks different?
There's always the wouldas and couldas. Of the game. If we would have won 5-6 more games, we'd be in the play-in. So I don't know. I just feel like we don't even need to talk about the wouldas and couldas.
And coach mentions all the time with you, when your activity level is really high, that's when you're most effective. And I'm sure you probably knew that as a rookie. But do you think in year two, you're more mentally capable of just knowing what that looks like from night to night? Is it physically you're more capable? I guess what's been the biggest difference in year two just to be able to play at that high level every single game?
I'd probably say year two is just being more mentally engaged, being more locked in on that type of stuff, just learning more. So,
All right, thank you, Jackson. Appreciate your time.
Okay.
Andrew Lopez, you want to start us off, please?
Hey Najee, how important have these late season games been to guys like you and Nikhil and Jackson, as you guys try to continue to develop your game heading into next season?
Pretty important. As being young guys, we try to learn as much as we can, and just get better and better each time we step out on the floor. And with this being the end of the season and us getting eliminated, here's the chance. With the guys being out, so here's a chance to learn as much as we can and try to take whatever we learn and make it transform over the next season, so we can be better than we were this season.
Najee, what did you feel like the difference between the first half and the second half was in this game?
We just play harder, for sure.
Go ahead. Oh, sorry, I lost track of where we were on the chat. How much of a positive do you think the experience has been for you as far as your playmaking? I know that was something that you did part of your career in college, but I mean, you've had the opportunity to have the ball in your hands quite a bit in this last stretch of games.
Really exciting, but I just want to do whatever to do to lead to a W. The playmaking's been cool, everything's been cool, but just want to, at the end of the day, come out with a W. So.
Yeah, kind of in that same vein. How different has it been learning how to finish at the pro level? I know one of the things you do is, drive off of those catching on the perimeter, getting to the basket. Just how much have you improved as far as finishing around those big bodies?
Definitely something I needed to work on when I first got here. People was way bigger and taller than I thought, but I'm starting to settle in and know how to just work my move. And like I said, every game I'm getting better and better. Just trying to be better than I was last game.
All right, thanks, Najee.
Thank you.
Is it a shot creator? Was it just been like, getting this opportunity with a couple of the other guys out?
First and foremost, it's the utmost blessing because it's given me a chance to learn how to win. I remember being in Charlotte and talking to one of my friends, Nate, about it, and just kind of like controlling the game the best you can, leaving your mark, your effect on the game, and that's what kind of great players do, great winners especially. So I just try to, second half especially, try to keep talking, keep the guys engaged, and get that ball rolling in our direction.
Hey, Nikhil, how important have these games been for your growth, Jackson, Kyra, Najee, those young guys who have stepped up into bigger roles with some of those other guys out?
I like to see basketball as like life, and life is like it's your greatest experience is like life's greatest teacher. So the more you can experience being out there playing, getting the time, game reps, I mean, it's only going to help us get better and develop. All three of us are all young, and most of us are really young. So just getting that camaraderie together, trying to play to win, trying to make winning plays, learning what those are down the stretch, valuing possessions, and so forth.
I know we've talked about your improvement from your rookie year to your second year, which has been pretty obvious, but what do you think are some of the areas that you've improved the most in terms of maybe the first half of this season to the second half? I realize that you missed a long stretch of the second half because of injury, but are there certain areas that you think that you've made your biggest strides in from beginning of the season until now?
I would say I've been very, very, very more like calm and mature. I think the first half of the season I was so eager to try and prove something that I became my worst enemy. And a lot of people tell me all the time, like if you know me, I have a tendency to do that. And so just everybody in the organization, everybody in my family, just around me, trying to keep myself out of my own head and just playing the game, letting everything come, letting it flow, and playing accordingly.
That'll do it. Thanks for your time, Nikhil.
Thank you.